Welcome back to the Clueless Caster, where we ask people who are not highly qualified to cast games they might not understand. Back again, we have joining us today the caster, the one, the only, Chaos Media. Kavi, welcome back.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm not that clueless, though.
Not this time, not this time. We've got a good old Protoss versus Zerg on a biogenesis for you. So before we begin, as always, Kevin, can you please give us your credentials as to why you are, inept to casting this replay today?
Well, I know a Neeb when I see one, and this sounds like a very good Neeb, so that is why I'm qualified.
Yeah, it's Danberger versus Neb, I think. Neeb. It's Neeb. Oh yeah, it's Neeb. Danberg versus Neeb. Here we go. So Danberg versus Neeb on a biogenesis. Kevin, the ball is yours. The floor is yours.
Lord. All right then. So we got whoa, diamond border on this badass. I thought he was Grandmaster, but maybe that's his secondary account. And then of course Danberg up in the right. I actually have to confirm it's Neeb up in the top left, and Danberg is on the right this time, the bottom right, playing that ugly ass Zerg race. Left of course is that Neeb with the Protoss. Or Protos. Or Prota. Goes out for the scout. Scouting in the middle. Of course, Dan sends out his slowest possible scout. Why bother? I don't know. Neeb's gonna wall off as hard as he can. Not great wall at the moment, but you know how things are. That part of the game where Dan is definitely taking a coffee break. Oh, he needs two things, the drones or drones, to make sure that that Protoss is at bay. But it won't matter. That drone has sacrificed itself for the greater good. The probe is now attacking some minerals, as productive as usual. Dan seems confused on whether or not he wants to attack it or let it take its minerals. Alright, it gets off with some minerals. That mineral steal is very good. Oh, back here we got a secondary down at the Nat. And a probe just standing there, doing its thing. A late gateway, or early, maybe. It's hard to tell. It feels like it's late. Usually you build a gateway before you build the Nexus, so that's a little dangerous if a whole bunch of zings came across. But he's gonna wall, so it won't matter. Maybe going for a late game, I think. Yeah, definitely going for a late game. That's what walls do. They help you build lots of carriers. Dan grabbing the Zergling speed. And sends out 2 Zerglings. Oh, he got 4 Zerglings, correct me. I'm sorry. And of course, Dan sending out another scout off to the left just in case there's something there. Well, that's actually an excellent placement. That way you can see if anything's coming into your third before it gets there. And that drone's ready to place down that third as soon as you can afford it. And there it is. Oh, I called it. Very good. That's gonna spread around that junk on the ground. Back up to the Protoss here. See what's going on. We have a probe building a Twilight Council. They'll probably research something out of that. Maybe, if he's smart. Or he might just leave it, Not a whole lot going up on here. Oh, he's warping in a Sentry and an Adept. Usually a good combo. Oh, and of course the Zealot is blocking the door. Because there's a bunch of links. Oh, of course the Baneling morph. They like to explode. That would be really good if you can get in there with an explosion, run past that Adept and that Zealot, and run right into the mineral line. We'll see if it happens. Here we go. Oh, that was good play with the sentry. Put up a good shield. This is where Dan needs to decide to back off. Oh, but he tries to take out the... Oh, that's a good choice. Taking out the pylon. Oh, we even got some probes out here. That's risky. Probes really... Oh, he's losing probes. But it's holding them. Oh, he sneaks in. Look at that sneak in. Now a lot of probes could die. Oh, except the probes are on the ball. They take out those lings like they're nothing. I have no idea how to check to see if he's lost how many probes, but we'll just have to watch and see what happens.
We've lost.
I could try to count them.
We've lost 4 probes.
Okay, 4 probes. Thank you, announcer. Thank you, master. Let's see here. So now, again, nothing going on at this third. Typical Zerg, and he's only halfway up on his nats, which means that the Protoss is well ahead on workers on his nat, is upgraded. Look at all those nice blue little things going on here. So many warping in of gates. I assume there's some gates, a shrine, a gateway, oh, and a pylon. Oh, just now he's researching the glaives. A little late if you ask me, but hey, I don't ever research glaives, so I mean, good for him. All right. We got a Zergling heading across, checking to see if he's taken the third. Ooh, he has not taken the third. That means he's gonna build up and try to 2-base all in. The Protoss Neeb is floating minerals like crazy, over 1,000 total resources. He's ooh, look at that. He hit that chrono boost right on that Twilight Council that's not researching anything. Always a good strategy. Ooh, but look at that. That warp prism comes out right in time. He's gonna try to send that across with his many adepts with their glaives. That's really good against lings. Hopefully Dan has now switched from lings to roaches so that the glaives aren't as powerful. Of course, Neeb wants the warp prism there to bring in some more units. And that's exactly what he does. Oh, those units disappear as not a great timing. Also, those weird things don't do anything. And we got some Ravagers. Ravagers could easily put down some punishing. Oh, but they don't. They just die. Ooh, but that warp prism sneaks past Dan's non-existent anti-air. And Dan sends all of his drones straight into those invisible motherfuckers. Look at those. Oh, and then we got a nice and a GG from Dan. If only he had detection.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome. That was a very good game to cast. I enjoyed every bit of it. Of course, Neeb was floating a ton of minerals as a recap, which is always a bad sign. But luckily for him, he had detection. I mean, invisible cloaked units. So he won the game anyways, regardless of going all in.
I loved it.
I see why. You never put any drones on that third. There's only 4 there. What a waste. Alrighty, that's it for me.
Thank you,
See you
Kevin.
next time.
Beautiful cast. Appreciate it.